Hello, Eternum, and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news. And this is the War Report. No change in the dynamic of Eternum last night as resurgent forces retained their crown and maintain rule over Monarch's Bluff. And the syndicate forces of Perplexuals managed to hold the fort the entire second half, retaining their water retention rights. KOTT News were on the scene in the first matchup and caught up with a resurgent senior officer to discuss the outcome.
It was a good war. They made some decent rotations. They eventually took C from us, but we barely held back and held that B at the last minute there. So we kept them outside of the fort this time. In the end, we took home the W.
Oh, excellent. Well, congratulations to you. Is there anybody whose performance out there you'd like to highlight?
Well, the guys in my group, Rousey, he kicked some serious booty. Him and Vusi Vu, along with my other bruiser, Nahoku. Fly Ryoga was helping keep me up, so, me and him were doing the heels.
Utilizing an unusual free mass transit weekend pass, KOTT News were able to get to Morningdale quickly, where we spoke with the mercenarial participant about their victory.
Oh man, John, I really think we did a really good job. The point play has been a little hairy for us recently, We tried to hold those points as long as we could. Took it down into the fort with about 18 minutes left, and it was an all-out brawl. I'll say, shout out to the guys on the left gate with me. We held that shit down. We really, we prospered. It was a really hard-fought war. They put up a really good fight, and I'm excited for the upcoming wars, man.
Yes, it was extremely close tonight. Is there anyone whose efforts you would like to highlight out there?
Yeah, man. I mean, on our defending side, my healer Nemo. Finding Nemo, he's an awesome dude. That man's kept me alive in some really tough situations, and especially to Creative, our shot caller for that war, he did amazing. And even on the attacker side, Pleaberry and Kylam, those guys were destroying healers, Nars bars. Those guys are just tearing it up and being an absolute nuisance. They're great players,
Looking at the one-day Doppler weather forecast, and it's looking like the sun is going to barely poke through the clouds today. Just kidding. It's amazing again. Until late evening cold fronts will push invasions in from the north, driving as far south as Reekwater. Only one simulated fantasy combat resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. In the Monday Night Maul, the syndicate forces of Primordus Virtue attack the Covenant forces of Ancient Templar for control of the bear-infested deep forests of Brightwood. Primordus returned to their homeland with writ of purchase in hand, demanding the release of its citizens, their housing, and the hamlet. After delaying their pipeline project pending further negotiations, Ancient Templar forces now need to retain the land until those talks are done. Be sure to tune in for complete coverage and reactions from the citizens at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.